Welcome to a brief introduction to anthropology, the study of people, with Professor Brian Wygal. In this review, I've used the book Archaeology Essentials, its fifth edition, by Colin Renfro, Paul Vaughan, and Elizabeth Damaris. Anthropology is a very broad, multidisciplinary field with boundless opportunity to explore the nature of humanity. It incorporates a wide variety of disciplines from the natural sciences, the social sciences, and the humanities. And today, anthropologists around the world work in different sectors of the economy. Private sector through consulting and private practice, the public sector for federal, state, and local governments, and in academic sectors for teaching and research. Eric Wolf described anthropology as both the most scientific of the humanities and the most humanistic of the sciences, wherein he was paraphrasing Alfred Kroeber before him. Rutgers University defines anthropology as the field that uses the tools of the natural sciences and the humanities to understand all aspects of human life. Anthropology is, however you define it, the study of humankind in all times and places. The field is divided into four subfields: cultural anthropology, archaeology, linguistics, or biological anthropology, which used to be referred to as physical anthropology. These four subfields are intertwined to study humans, their cultures, their biology, and how they interact and relate to their environment through a very holistic or broad-based perspective. The four subfields are thoroughly integrated, blending together to form this very broad-based discipline called anthropology, where we blend the social, the natural sciences together and the humanities and arts to study all aspects of humanity. Note that there is no division between the subfields, and theories, methodologies, and research all come together to get a very broad, or what we call holistic, view of humanity, past and present. One key tenet of anthropology is the term ethnocentrism, or the belief that a person's own culture or customs are the only proper ones. Through cross-cultural methodology and a long-term evolutionary perspective, anthropologists really do try to avoid the pitfalls of ethnocentrism and other culture-bound theories that could cloud their view or perspective of a different culture, either in the past or in the present, by their own biased assumptions. To one degree or another, all anthropologists conduct fieldwork. Although some may spend the majority of their time in laboratories or in the classroom or in board meetings, most of them do conduct some form of field investigation. Different kinds of anthropology that bring scientists into the field include community projects, archaeology, forensic anthropology, ethnographic studies, public health, archaeological surveys, sustainability projects in villages, among communities, with people, or in remote settings. The smallest of the four subfields, linguistic anthropology, is the study of languages. One method they employ is called glottochronology, or the study of the history of language evolution. This gives us great insight, especially when it's paired also alongside ancient DNA or genetic population reconstruction of human evolution, or with archaeology, where we try to tie certain specific groups of people to the ground in different places. When you can line that up next to a glottochronological analysis of people, it really does form a powerful integrated holistic perspective. Linguistic anthropologists also study language acquisition, language structure, symbolism, cognition, how language works with the biology of our brain or neuropsychology to form who we are as individuals. In biological anthropology, we study the biology of the human being and our ancestors, sometimes through evolution or the change in the genetic structure of our population through, say, paleoanthropology or osteology, adaptation or the functional response of organisms to their environment, which help form their physical biology. All of this results from biological change through the interaction of the organism with its environment through time. It's probably no surprise that each of the four subfields have sub-subfields associated with them. In the case of biological anthropology, there's paleoanthropology, or the study of human evolution through its fossil remains. Forensic anthropology investigates human remains, typically more modern settings that might still involve flesh. Osteology is the study of human bones. Primatology, like Jane Goodall, here's the study of non-human primates, often the greater apes, but any primate in particular, with the idea of comparing their behavior to ours in a way to trace back common attributes between closely related species. Molecular or genetic anthropology, population genetics, and ancient DNA to better understand the evolution of our genetic code. The largest of the four subfields, cultural anthropology, include all aspects of extant or living peoples today. So a cultural anthropologist might work alone among a community or in small groups, but they are interacting with living people to understand their attitudes, beliefs, their language systems, customs, rituals, behavior, faith or religion or spirituality, food, art and drama, all aspects of somebody's culture. Culture is a term defined by anthropologists, and it means a society's shared and socially transmitted ideas, values, and perceptions, which they use to make sense of their experience and which generate behavior within the world that they live in. Some exciting subfields of cultural anthropology include economics or subsistence and exchange between peoples, kinship and marriage, politics and law, magic, religion or spirituality, art and expressive culture, song and dance, ethnomusicology, all branches of cultural anthropology that scientists specialize in. In cultural anthropology, the study of patterns of human behavior and thoughts and feelings come together through two main components. First, ethnography, or a detailed description of a particular culture based primarily on first-hand experience, often through participant observation. Ethnology is a cross-cultural research that allows anthropologists to develop theories that address differences and similarities among and between different groups. The fourth subfield, archaeology, is the study of the human past. Three major subdivisions within archaeology include prehistoric archaeology, classical archaeology, and historical archaeology. The primary defining difference between prehistoric archaeology is that it comes before the invention of writing. And when writing is invented in different parts of the world at different times, then we would call that classical archaeology, which often refers to ancient civilizations, or historic archaeology, where there is a written historic component that you can supplement the investigation of the human past with. It's very important to note that archaeologists do not study dinosaurs. Dinosaurs and humans did not coexist, so archaeologists only study people and not dinosaurs. In the next video, we'll explore the three different subfields of archaeology: prehistoric archaeology, classical archaeology, and historic archaeology. Thank you for your interest in anthropology, and I hope you'll explore some of the other videos on this channel.